I checked into the old hotel for just one night. The receptionist, a man with eyes that seemed far too old for his face, handed me a key, a real, old-fashioned brass key. It felt heavy in my hand. He told me I was on the 9th floor. Then he paused, his gaze lingering on me for just a moment too long. He leaned in slightly, his voice dropping to a near whisper. Most guests don't ever reach it. I just gave a nervous laugh, thinking it was some kind of strange hotel joke. I wish I had turned around right then. I found the elevator at the end of a dimly lit lobby. The air inside smelled metallic, like old blood and rust. The floor numbers flickered. 3. It skipped a few floors. 8, and then 9. I had to press the button for 9 myself. With a final shudder, the doors creaked open. The hallway was long and completely empty. A few weak bare bulbs swayed from the ceiling, casting long, dancing shadows that made the corridor feel alive. Every door was identical, a dark, weathered wood with a tarnished brass number. My room, 901, was all the way at the very end. The silence was the strangest part. It wasn't just quiet. It was a heavy, suffocating silence that pressed in on me from all sides. There was no art on the walls, no carpet on the floor, nothing but the endless row of doors. I walked the long stretch to my room, my footsteps echoing unnaturally. Unlocking the door, I pushed it open into a small, plain apartment. A simple bed, a small table, a single chair. Everything seemed perfectly normal. I breathed a sigh of relief. That is, until I looked out the window. My heart stopped. It wasn't the city I was expecting to see. It was my own house. My house, miles away from here. The lights were on. The front door was wide open, and a shadow, a tall, thin silhouette, moved past the living room window. I stumbled back from the window, my mind racing. And then, with a deafening crash, the door slammed shut behind me. The lock clicked. The dim lights in the room flickered wildly, buzzing like angry insects. And then I heard it. Whispers, coming from the walls, from the floor, from the air itself. A chorus of voices, all saying the same thing. Why are you here already? Panic set in. I threw myself at the door, twisting the knob, banging on the wood, but it was solid, immovable. I turned and ran back down the hallway, my breath catching in my throat. I tried the other doors, hoping one would open, but they were all locked. And then I saw the nameplates, small brass plates I hadn't noticed before. The first one said, my apartment. The next one, my bedroom. The next, my childhood room. Each door, a room from my life. All here, all waiting for me. My eyes darted around the hallway, searching for an escape, and they landed on a large, ornate mirror hanging on the wall. I saw my reflection, pale and terrified, but then my reflection smiled. A wide, cold, predatory smile that I wasn't making. It tilted its head, that chilling grin never leaving its face. And then it took a step forward, out of the mirror, and into the hall with me. Just then, the elevator at the end of the hall dinged. The sound was my only hope. I sprinted towards it, my other self watching me go. I slammed the button just as the doors were closing and squeezed inside. I frantically jabbed the button for the ground floor, G, but the elevator didn't go down. The numbers started flickering again, climbing higher and higher, endlessly. 10, 17, 32. I screamed, a raw, primal sound of pure terror. Suddenly, the elevator jolted to a stop, and the doors slid open. I wasn't in the hotel anymore. I was outside, but there was no city, no streetlights, no cars, just an abandoned, crumbling hotel, standing alone in an endless, swirling gray fog. My hand went to my pocket, and I pulled out the key the receptionist had given me. It wasn't numbered anymore. It was just a blank piece of brass. Behind me, the elevator dinged again. A familiar, cold voice whispered right in my ear, "Check in forever. Thanks for watching."